If you have any interest in seeing me react or discuss any of these shows that are on screen right now, feel free to go to the community tab on my channel and vote for whichever one you're interested in seeing. What's up? I'm Grizz. Welcome. ZOM 100, episode 3. Pretty strong follow-up to our incredible opener of the series, and leaves me excited and wanting more and wanting to know exactly what's going to happen. We got introduced to a girl character who's going to be one of the mains that we deal with here. We haven't exactly pinpointed how exactly we're going to meet the two back up and how exactly we're going to go about them pairing up in this apocalypse situation. It feels pretty set in stone. I mean, that's going to happen. I'm assuming it's just going to be relating to the situation that she is interested in trying things or trying to live her life a little bit more open, like Toto kind of is here. And I think that would be an appropriate thing for us to kind of get them to reconnect and have that happen. And I'd be excited for that. We also have two other characters that were in the OP and the ED, and I'm excited to see if we meet them this week. And also the OP seemed weird to me last week. I mentioned that it seemed like it just had like recap stuff almost from the first episode. So I wonder if they're going to continuously fill it in throughout the episodes just as like a recap thing, or if they're going to wait until we see certain scenes for them to start like adding them into the OP like in certain ways. Very excited to see what happens. If you like it all, hit the like and subscribe. You mean a lot to me. Feel free to stick around for the discussion and leave any comments about this episode or series. Let's go on to episode 3. Is he a zombie? Is your parents zombies? What a lad. Is this where we take in children that had fucking zombies eaten? Or turned into zombies? What am I saying? Yeah, somebody ain't making it back from the meeting. Unless this is just like a big flashback of somebody. I don't think the girl we left last week had purple eyes, though. It's a promise. Yeah, we don't make those in anime, dude. Grab the bats, grab the bottles, yo. Yo. Shit about it. Oh, we got the squad. Okay, so this is present. This is how others are dealing with it. Holy. Why is they the ones like doing this though? Straight of war. Looking good, bro. Looking good. Just as expected, zombies. Oh. Is that one of the names of the people that we're going to look for then? One of his boys, maybe? So it is a recap filled. That's what it is. That's really cool. Well, that's one better way to do it, I'd assume, you know, than include fucking, like actual like recap during the episode and waste time. But are you capable? You can die it. Don't marker it. What a goof, bro. It's all lopsided too. Damn, you can't even get to do that one. I'm just amazed there's still like power and everything. Like no, I don't know. Maybe I don't understand the world well enough. Ah, I can now finally accept one. The problem is there aren't any invites. The internet's down, dude. You're never gonna get a message back. Well, clearly nothing when the zombies invade, dude. I mean, I'm just saying. The boy. And that's who we're going after now. Yeah. Except he's a zombie, bro. He wasn't in the OP. Was he a rugby star? For a second, I was about to say, if they're not zombies and they're looking like that and making noise, there's gonna be some weird shit going on in that room. Oh no, the bunny girl. No. Does he work with yellow guy? And this is how we're gonna meet Yellow. Refer to him as a color, because I don't know better. The last drop of water in the world. Oh, he doesn't have food. Or drinks. She all chained up, bro. You gotta kill it, dude. Whoa. yeah. I'm enjoying himself. Damn, he's always been so positive until that job. Yeah. I want to see him again. This is what he calls him. Yo, my guy. What timing?
Oh, 出た! ケンチョ生きてた! 久しぶり。最後に飲みに行ったのいつだっけ? 1年前ぐらい?
Yeah, like 3 actually.
なんだよ。新宿だけど。オッケー、新宿な。すぐ行くわ。無理だって。
No, you don't understand.
ゾンビだらけだよ。俺はもう。ケンチョとは大学時代、ラグビー部で4年間苦楽を共にした。
The fucking boys, bro.
モテるくせに体まで張れる。サービス精神旺盛なムードメーカー。誰よりも気の許せる友達だった。見ろよ、今の彼女。現役のモデルさんだぜ。
Yeah.
週末は彼女とパリに弾丸。
Just bragging while he's fucking destroyed. Yeah.
重労働で成功に尽き果て、人の成功談を聞く余裕なんてみじんもなかった。
Did he snap on him? Or did he just not say shit because he couldn't do it?
なんだよその会社、超ブラックじゃん。
Come work with him.
さっさと辞めりゃいいじゃん、そんな会社。人が真剣に悩んでんのに。だから辞めりゃいいってアドバイスしてんじゃん。そんな会社いるなんてバカだ。
I completely agree, dude.
お前こそその身の上話、ただの嫌味にしか聞こえねえから控えた方がいいぜ。
I get the lashing out, but that's not what he's trying to do. Actually, it might be. But I'd argue he was just more so looking out for you there, but... I'm gonna show you how fucking great my life's gonna be now. But he's gonna die before we get there, unfortunately. On your last legs. Unless he's not, and that actually is him in the intro. But I thought it was this guy. This guy doesn't look as ripped. I can't touch him. The honking. It attracts them, the noise. Okay. I've learned that through video games. That works. For now. Did he set off like an alarm somewhere so that he could draw them all out and he could just go in? 100%. Our man's a smart dude. Yeah. Our man's is smart. Ah, in the water, dude. Alright, go, go, go. It's blinking for you to go that way, dude. Come on. You know the rules. You see the eye just looking at him as he closes the door? That's crazy. Gotta scare the fuck out of him. What the fuck are you wearing? I told you. Look how great things are now. Right, okay, cool. Yeah, you got annoyed, assumed he was just trying to brag to you, but instead he was looking out for you. What a guy.
を伝えるために
Just to say that? No.
本当にごめん
We gotta hang out. We gotta be a squad now, you know?
いやなんつうか
I guess he has like yellowish eyes. Maybe it's him. Maybe he just dyes his hair. It's something he's always wanted to do. You know, he's got his bucket list too.
上に逃げるしかね
Go, lads, go.
どうすんだよアキラ
Just go, bro. Just go. Just jump.
逃亡
Yep. Gotta live your life, dude. It's gonna be over if you don't.
隣のビルまで飛べない距離じゃね
You're fucking athletes, lads. You are athletes.
ってんだろ
Ah.
アキラ
Together, though.
無
Together.
理かどうかは飛べばわかるアキラ
It just plummets straight down. Doesn't carry his momentum in the slightest. No, right?
大丈夫か
If that happens for this guy, I'm gonna fucking lose it, dude.
どうだって決断力すごすぎかよ
They're just setting her
お
up to
前も早
die.
く来いよ
Live your life, dude. Live it. You got this.
ケント
They dropped the music and everything. The tense, bro. The suspense.
アキラ
If I fucking die,
せっ
bro.
かく助けに来てくれたのにすまねえ
Oh, you can't? No, bro. No. You got it. You got it.
やっぱ俺には
No.
飛べねえよ
And then they break through, so you have to.
仕事なんかちっとも
So he
楽しく
was
なかったん
trying
だ
to brag like everything was great when it wasn't. He was trying
毎
to.
日毎日客に笑顔で嘘800並べて
Right.
ほとんど騙すような形で契約取ってさ嬉しくなんかなかったんだ
Damn.
なあアキラ俺見え張ってたんだ
Right.
嬉しさをごまかそうとして楽しそうなふりしてペラペラ自慢話ばっかして嫌なやつで俺の方こそごめん本当に
That's alright
そりゃ
though.
そうだろ
Yeah. That's alright. Alright, bro, you gotta.
そうだ
I swear to fucking god, if they just built this up for him to
心から
plummet.
楽しんでもらえるような仕事本当はお笑い芸人になりたかったんだ
Well, we can start that dream now. To be fair, you haven't said anything funny this whole episode, little bro. You gotta.
そんな会社さっさと辞めちまって今からなればいいじゃねえか
Become one right now by dying in front of us would be the funniest shit in the world, bro.
俺の教訓だ友達のアドバイスは聞いとくもんだぜ芸人なら腹くくってそんくらい飛んでみせやがれ
That's a cool way to put it. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on, bro. I swear. I swear. I swear. They're gonna do it, bro. I feel it. Why? Oh no, oh no, oh no. Okay. Oh. The emotions, I'm sorry. They showed him just stop in midair. I guess. Nervous. Oh. He's got you, he's got you. Yep, the boys, the boys. We got you. W mans. I could have sworn they were about to fucking bait us there, dude. I was about to lose it.
どうしたケントまさかゾンビに噛まれて
どうもカスター
Fucking hell. The boys just enjoying a cold one naked. You know the vibe. I can't say I do.
ね本当に仕事関係のつてとかねえの
仕事
What do you
何それ
mean?
した
ありゃゾンビよりゾンビだったな
Mm,
んだよ
Look at you.
お前こそ芸人って泣きながらお笑い芸
バウとして吹っ切れたやつってさ その後すげえ成功者になったりするじゃん。起業家とかアーティストとか。
Yeah, but sometimes they end up being the biggest fucking losers ever, bro.
いつかゾンビの感染から世界を救う男になったりしてな。
Cool.
俺がないない絶対ないって
You'd be
まあ
surprised.
ねえか。
That's one. That's 32. The show is fantastic. I can not have enough praise in the world for it. A lot of times you find yourself in situations where you feel the direction of the show early on can go good or it can go really bad. You can find yourself in a situation where things get ultra repetitive, where things lose their charm, and this one does not in any sort of way. The comedy is staying exactly where I was expecting it to. The serious moments are actually more than I was fully expecting, and they are doing an excellent job of actually conveying themselves to me. I didn't take them as serious, especially this episode, specifically because I was so sold on the idea that our buddy was going to die here when he tried to jump. I don't know what it was in me, but I was really feeling it. Also, just because like the hair difference in the OP and stuff, like I was very sold that it wasn't the same dude, but it appears that it is, so that's okay. But they're doing an excellent job at kind of keeping that. They're doing a great job. The overall direction of the show is fascinating to me. The idea of using the bars for us and changing, giving you a really cinematic feel, but especially when you're doing like flashback situations and stuff, it adds a layer of uniqueness to this that I feel like you don't really get elsewhere. So it's really fucking cool for that. And we're 3 episodes in and we haven't even met our entire cast. We haven't even actually had our cast fully connect in like a way that we're going to be together going forward. Like there's so much room for us to continue to drive the story that we haven't even begun to hit. And I think that's a fantastic way for us to kind of start things here. I like the overall just themes of like friendship, the idea of people kind of being in the same situation, but being in different situations, if that makes sense. Similarly to how these 2 guys were absolutely depressed at their jobs and completely ruined, but one of them lied and put on a face and smiled and bragged about the situation he was in because he didn't want to seem like he was falling apart to the people around him, while the other one let it really wear him out and show on himself and on his person. And I think that's really cool. These 2 guys who are supposed to be very good friends like this, and then they kind of have altercations and arguments specifically around similar things, thinking that one of them is bragging and thinking one of them is just kind of moping around and like not doing things. Well, they both exactly are, but they're both in the same exact spot too at the end of the day. And I think that's really funny, but really, really cool. Quickly just running back through the episode, we specifically find ourselves this guy here at the beginning. I don't know who he is or what he's supposed to represent. I thought he was the guy we were going to meet up with because just the yellow hair and everything, but no, I guess we're not. And I'm assuming he ended up dying in that situation, or he's about to die, or something's going to happen and he's not going to be alive by the end of this. So I don't know exactly his representation and what we really presented him for, what exactly it was. Maybe it's just to show he's like this badass guy or something. Like if we were in like a movie or something, he would be like the hero or something like that. I don't really know. Yeah, he gives me the vibes of something like that. I'm pleased to see the OP is the flashbacks being shown within it, specifically of what happened in the previous episode. And I think that's really, really cool. I talked about that last week, how I thought this might be a situation, like a recap almost within the OP. And I think that's really cool that they are definitely doing that route. Funny moment with him trying to put on the beard. Him also talking about there's no internet, there's power still around. So I don't know how the fuck they didn't get the power lines and everything down yet. But they sometimes have internet and sometimes don't. So I don't understand. He immediately thinks about his friend and thinks about where he's at, and then he wants to be able to talk to him. This is where we get sent back a little bit and see kind of where he's come from. In his situation, he has a similar moment here where he kind of flashes into like a flashback looking at his friend and being like, he was always so smiling, always so happy, laughed at my jokes, made me feel good for like kind of who I am and stuff like that. And then be able to immediately get the phone call from him and kind of be like, what the fuck, this guy's still alive too? Like wanting to see him in that moment too. It's funny how some of that stuff kind of works sometimes. Goofy ass memories. All kind of together. And then we get our whole flashback sequence where they discuss specifically what happened, or specifically where they each are at. He gives him good advice by telling him he should up and quit his job. But it's funny considering after the fact, like, you know, his real situation and how he was feeling, and he probably should have taken his own advice in those situations, which is, I think, the most ironic shit to that. But yeah, this is where he's like going out like he's a fucking star in this, like a hero at the end of the day, trying to protect and save all these people, right? Like that's the vibe I'm getting from it. But he was ended up being spared. The idea of using the car alarm here to kind of make all the zombies be attracted to something is really funny, and I'm really happy that they kind of did. And they stick with that classic thing, because that's something that, you know, in movies or games or something like that, like they always get attracted to things like that. So it's just funny that we're kind of sticking to directly to it. As he's all soaked and coming in, he has a horror moment where he sneaks up behind him and spooks him. And then we have our moment where we kind of get to reconnect and be together as friends again, which I think is really, really enjoyable and really fun. And then ultimately the big jump at the end, which scared the fuck out of me, that we are going to have him die and collapse. And I love the layers to this, almost, of the idea that one of them, even though he made the jump and he was able to take that next step and jump forward, and one of them is being stuck behind here. Also the idea that one of them's on a lower level than the other, because the other one used to kind of view himself or portray himself in a higher level, but he needs to kind of come back down to his reality, or to what he actually kind of is and experiencing there. And that's the situation he's going to end up finding himself in, as he kind of expresses openly. And we have one of our more serious moments here of him specifically being like, I was just showing off, none of this is actually me, I'm not that kind of person. I think is really, really heartfelt. Like, it makes a lot of sense, and I definitely understand that, and it's definitely something that I think a lot of people can relate to, being in work environments and stuff that they absolutely hate, but kind of putting on a front and not wanting to actually stray away from being there, kind of get away from that life, because they're afraid of what they'll find if they kind of leave and they get out of there. But they also don't want people who maybe they don't work with kind of to see them in a situation that makes them look bad, so they constantly say things that might make themselves look better, or portray themselves in a different way than they are. Usually they'll shit on their job and they won't actually say it's the best thing ever, but themselves they'll kind of act like it's a little bit different, which is not the route necessarily he's taking. But similarly enough, he finally goes out and decides to make the jump. Hilarious that takes off the clothes. It gives him reassurance again, because the only person in the world who always laughed at all of his jokes and everything does it once again, and it makes him want to continue and makes him want to keep pushing forward and not die in these moments, right? And continue onwards. And then we get just a wholesome moment of the boys being able to share a drink together and have a good night here, find a situation where they both can kind of escape from something and maybe find this new life and really find joy and find the passion and the things that they want and become special. And I think that's really, really, really cool. And then we just get into the not overly complex, not overly like a crazy thing that I wanted to get into for this, but I thought it was a fascinating idea enough, and I'm really, really happy, I guess, with kind of just how this one turned out. I'm rather curious now that we have two members together here, how we're going to find the other one. The next episode was called like Flight Attendant something, so I'm guessing she's a flight attendant probably, and we're going to find her through that. For whatever reason, I don't know why. If planes and stuff are still going, I guess that's possible. But I have no clue what exactly our next real route is, and how exactly we're going to reconnect ourselves with the girl that we met last week is also something that I'm curious about, and how that dynamic and everything's going to kind of fit in. Very excited for it. Very happy to see that the quality and everything doesn't look to be going down at the slightest at all here, and everything looks to be fantastically done, especially because I have seen a lot of people complain and say things that it's been being outsourced a lot to Studio Shaft and stuff, which I've seen stuff like that on Twitter, but it doesn't seem like it's really losing its touch much, which I think is a test to just kind of the actual people in charge of each of these episodes here, the overall direction of the show, and the people kind of episode directing and storyboarding and stuff. If they have clear enough directions and are making things kind of very apparent for the way that they want to kind of take it and the way that they want things to be done, I feel like it might be a lot easier for you to kind of outsource to these other studios to have work done that actually comes out pretty quality, with strong enough direction and strong enough just like set of rules, I guess. Almost, that's not the word I'm looking for, but like if you just leave something in front of somebody and all you have to do is say finish this in a way, like, and you make it clear, like as clear as possible, basically, I feel like it can kind of be executed pretty well. And I feel like that's kind of what's happening here, if that is the case at all. So very happy very happy that the production and stuff seems to be quality all the way through so far. So very happy, and hopefully that doesn't lose itself. Thank you very much if you watched. Hit the like and subscribe. They do really mean a lot to me. Also participate in that poll I talked about at the beginning. Follow me on Twitter and my anime list. Both links are in the description. Check out the other videos on the channel. I'll be back next week for episode 4. You guys have a good one though. See ya.